What is going on, guys? Nice guy driver. So somebody hit me in the comments, and people are starting to agree that I'm not just complaining. I'm not just making up a figment of my imagination. The offers are getting extremely low, like super low. Like, I'm starting to see where the trip radar offers are just out of this world. I'm talking like 15-minute pickups for a 20-minute ride, and they want to give you $10. Come on. And this is on Uber side. I expect offers like that from Lyft, but when it gets to be where I'm starting to notice it on Uber, like something's going on, where they're trying to go out of their way to skim off the pay for the drivers so they can make it look like they're finally bringing in a profit. The investors are excited. And I'm starting to notice too with the Quest that all they're doing is really just taking the money on the front end and putting it on the back end. Meaning that ride you used to get $10 for, they're taking $5 off of that and putting it on the back end in the way of bells and whistles. Quests. Even I'm starting to even notice the rides that people are setting up beforehand are really starting to the pay on them are starting to get really, really low. And I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on, but I'm trying to figure out how is Uber like making excuses for this. Like, I'm starting to see in the news a lot more in different areas that they're doing this all over the country. So it's not just, I can't even say it's just my area, like it's everywhere. Somebody in the comments hit me from Mass, one of my neighboring states, and they were saying the same thing. Like, it's getting dramatically lower and lower on the offers. They're not lowering the price for the customers, so they're getting money for the customers, but they're not giving it towards the drivers. And then drivers that act like, instead of complaining, we should just keep drive like we're just ants. You guys are losing money more than people like me, because at least I'm smart enough to know, okay, when this is a good ride based on how much it's giving me, per mile, per minute. Where you ants, because you don't care that Uber's robbing, and you make stupid comments like, oh, they took your $5, so why are you complaining? Just go get it in tips. You're losing more money than anybody, because you're not calculating how far you're driving. You're not calculating how much gas you got to use to get there. You're just driving like an ant. Just worker bee. It doesn't matter how much they're stealing. I'm just going to keep driving. That's what Dara wants. That's what David Risher wants. They want that. And these pre-scheduled rides, I'm not taking them because they're not paying for the pickup. So you'll get a decent scheduled ride. You'll look at it, but when you really do the math on how long it's gonna take me to get there to the pickup point, which is usually anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, to go make that $20 scheduled ride. A lot of times, if you do the math, it's not worth it. The likelihood of you getting a scheduled ride in your town, unless you're one of the major cities in your state, is very rare. It's very rare you get a scheduled ride where it's right around the corner pickup from you. I haven't even gotten one in the same town. So I gotta weigh out, okay, I see it's a $20 scheduled ride, but do I want to drive 15, 20 minutes to go get the scheduled ride. And then, yeah, they let you take rides in the meantime while you're waiting to do your scheduled ride. But they're starting to take you out further and further away from your scheduled ride. So you may be 10, 15 minutes away from your scheduled ride because they wanted you on there an hour early. And I think that's a scam. That's a trick to just get you to drive while you're waiting for that scheduled ride longer. It should be only like 30 minutes before your scheduled ride. I think you should have to start. You know, that's the good enough time to get you where you got to get to. But this hour stuff, and then they take you 15 minutes away from where your scheduled ride is. Then you got to drive back to where you originally started from sometimes, because in your mind you think, oh, let me go drive towards the scheduled ride. They end up taking you usually back to where you started. Now you're 15 minutes away. Now you're losing money. But because you don't do the math, you want to come on people like myself just trying to educate you guys on the fact you're getting scammed, so you can at least be better at budgeting your rides. I'm not just sitting here complaining to hear myself complain. I'm trying to help you drivers that do want to educate yourself and you want to figure out, okay, is this ride worth it? That's the people I'm trying to reach out to. If you want to be a worker bee and just let me just drive anywhere, pick up anything, not complain about Uber. And then these drivers that have YouTube channels, and I gotta admit, they got way more views than I do. Some of them have, you know, quite a few thousand subscribers, and they sit here and they come on YouTube and they lie and say they're making $2,000 a week. Not to say that nobody in the country is not making that. There are people in this country that easily do, because their area is so busy, can make $2,000 a week. But it's usually not these YouTubers that come on here and get you all hyped up and never say anything bad about Uber and Lyft, talking about they're in the, you know, $2,000 a week club. A lot of them are lying. They're straight up lying. And I'm trying to figure out, what is the purpose of these YouTubers to lie? And you never know. Uber could be secretly slipping these people a little cash. You never know. And I pondered that for a minute. I'm like, how much would it really cost me to sell out? And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect and I would never sell out. But it'll be a lot of money. It'll be a lot of money. And you would instantly notice I sold out because I would stop complaining, which would kill the channel. So these people, a lot of them, I think Uber fines, if this is going on, allegedly, I think Uber fines people on YouTube that always do positive videos. They can't do it with the rideshare guy and Show Me the Money Club because they're not always positive. They're positive sometimes, but they're not 100% positive. I think Uber, particularly, because Lyft ain't got the money, goes out, has a team, goes on social media, and these are probably the same people that are going to seek out people like me and start deactivating them because they're telling the truth. But they actively go out on people that only spit positive stuff about Uber, and they offer them a contract, you know, whatever amount. Some people are probably lowball sellouts. You could probably give some of these YouTubers, I don't know, maybe $500 a month, and that would be enough to make them just lie and tell everybody that's driving for Uber is in this $2,000 a week club. It's not true. It can't be. It can't be. From what I'm seeing, it can't be. I bet not see nobody from Connecticut talking about they killing it out here, making $2,000 a week easily. The only people that could possibly make that much is they're driving 80 hours a week and they're driving at night, and they're a worker bee, meaning they literally will go from Connecticut to New York, back to Connecticut to New York, back to Boston to Connecticut, because there's no way you're easily in my state. I'm saying my state, making $2,000 a week right now. Maybe during the pandemic, I believe, yes. During the pandemic, there were people that reportedly made that much easily. There's people that made probably more because everybody had money. Nobody cared the surge was on Uber. Everybody had money. People were getting extra unemployment. People were getting the PPP. People were getting a lot of money out here. So I believe that they were getting it then. But I just watched a YouTuber this morning talking about this 200 a week club stuff. And he was giving out money supposedly to somebody that made $200 a week. And of course it wasn't Connecticut. Because like I said, the minute I see somebody from Connecticut lying, I'm getting at them. You know, maybe not in the comments, but I'm sending them a message and be like, stop lying. Because I don't believe it. Because school is back, number one. So the traffic has increased. But just last year, I noticed you used to be able to get back-to-back local rides because people were taking the kids and the single moms going to work, and there were more local rides in the morning. Uber has this new algorithm now that will give you like a couple bones, and it'll give you like 2 or 3 local rides, and then it want to take you way out of town. Where it used to didn't do that. It used to let you get at least 5 or 6 short rides in for people that want to stay local, and give you some long rides in between. Now it's like it's giving a lot of long pickups, and I know for a fact that there are short rides available in the morning, because if I decline enough, I'm starting to get them. But I have to go through a lot of declining. It's almost like the algorithm is fighting against us. And because it's not a person, all you could do is complain about the CEO, because you don't even know who to cry about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, rideshare has become extremely hard for me to make my quota. Thank God I have other sources of income. Because I'll be honest with you guys, if I had to solely rely on Uber and Lyft part-time, I'd be in trouble. And I can only imagine the people now that are back full-time, because the traffic is so bad, it's hard to even get around in the afternoon at all. It really is. I'm trying to figure out a solution around it, and I got a couple strategies, but not every new driver is gonna have strategies. They're gonna be the typical worker bee, and they're gonna lose a lot of money before they figure it out. It'll probably be a year, 2 years in before they figure out, you know what, I'm actually losing a lot of money doing this. Let me go back and get a job. Because some people are going to go back to regular W-2 jobs. That's not me. I chose to build an online business in the background, and that's my retirement plan. Because Uber and Lyft, you can't retire on this mess. You can't. Number one, you should be driving under your own business. You should have your own business established. Whether you're a private driver or not, you should have your own business established. And it's only smart to add, some online presence with that business, because you need to come up with a backup plan. Yeah, you could do other gigs, but gig economy is not going to last forever as far as the pay for the driver. Gig economy, I believe, is here to stay. But is it going to pay enough to survive on? I doubt it. You know, I really doubt it. We'll see what the future holds. Thanks for listening to me rant. Subscribe, like, comment, click that bell icon, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you.